Okay, so let's start with Rayansh Manna. What is your move?
So rook takes the bishop on
Okay,
h3.
and Vihas, what's your move?
Knight f2.
Knight f2. Okay, so we have two different moves. So Rayansh Manna is saying just take the bishop with the rook, and after king takes.
So rook takes a pawn on h5.
Yeah, so that is checkmate. Now, what is wrong with knight f2? Yes, sir. Please have a seat. What's wrong with knight f2? Vihas is saying I am threatening rook h3 checkmate, and there's no way to stop it. Is there anything wrong with playing knight f2? Let's try to find out. What could be the reason why this wouldn't win? Yes, Rayansh.
Sir, after you play knight f2,
Huh.
then you're threatening. It's not a checkmate on rook h3. The king can move to g5.
Rook is there now. How will king go to g5? So the problem with knight f2 is, at the very least, I've got rook f6 and rook takes knight. If I want to stop the checkmate, I've got that. Is there any other options that I've got? I can't stop rook takes h3 other than by giving up the knight. But rook f6 seems sensible. King will have to move. And now if I want, I can repeat with rook e6, or I can give up the piece, but the game goes on. The checkmate doesn't happen. So that is why we have to always look at the most forcing moves in the position. Checks and captures. So before we think about other moves like knight f2, we have to consider the check in the position. The only check is that one, right? So we have to consider that. Even this is a check, so we will consider that also, both. So yeah, so Aryan, what is the move that will win here? Checkmate in two moves. White to play. That's why you have to pay attention. I just told you which two moves you have to consider. So if you paid attention, you will know which moves you have to consider. And if you consider those two moves, you will have the answer. So you have to calculate properly, Aryan. Look at the moves that you have to consider. What are the moves that you must consider first? No moves to consider. When I'm asking you, I'm not asking you which moves to play. Which moves should we think about? When you see a position, first what should we think about? For that, you don't have to think, you have to just tell me if you have seen the position. We have what moves do we consider when we see the position?
Sir.
Huh? When you see a position like this, which are the moves we have to first think about?
Check.
So what moves? I'm asking you the moves. Huh?
Rook h3.
Rook h3, and what else do we have to consider?
Rook h5.
Huh. So these are the two checks. Are there any captures other than rook h3 or rook h5? Is there any other capture? No. So now, Aryan, you have to just calculate these two moves and find out which one is leading to checkmate. So you can think, calculate, and decide where is the checkmate. It's a checkmate in two moves. White to play. Time for the decision. You haven't decided. So what did you calculate? Can you tell me what you calculated?
If the rook takes on h3, then
Huh.
the king will take.
Huh.
Then knight to f2, so that is not a mate.
Not checkmate. So don't stop there. Don't, instead of knight f2, look for other moves. When you're calculating, if you reach a full stop on one line, don't reject the whole line. Go back one move and see if there's any other move. Is there any other move?
Knight to g5.
Ah, is it mate? So keep looking. Is there any other move? No other checks? Then you're not looking properly.
Rook to h5.
Huh, it's mate, right? So the problem is not looking enough. You have to look properly. You have to look enough. Only then you will find the answer. So rook takes bishop, king takes, rook takes h5 is a very simple checkmate. If you regularly do puzzles, this is like you will do in 10 seconds. It's that easy. So you have, how many of you regularly do puzzles in chess.com? Like every day or every 2 days at least. You do, okay? Ryan's doesn't.
Sir, I stopped playing a little bit, but I joined back.
But I
sir,
play
the
leeches nowadays.
No, leeches or chess.com. I'm asking about puzzles, doing puzzles. Are you doing puzzles regularly? Then there's no point of playing. You have to be active tactically. So without doing puzzles, you cannot get better tactically. Just playing is not enough. Playing is just one part of it. It's like 70% playing, 30% solving puzzles. So if you do not solve puzzles, you will not be in good shape when you think. So that is clear here. Calculation will not happen properly if you do not solve puzzles. Yes, Rayansh?
Sir, in the position you gave, the first move I thought about rook x h3.
Huh. Okay.
So then king takes, then I noticed that rook h5 is made.
Okay. Good for you, Rayansh. Now let's move to the next position. So everybody should be doing puzzles regularly, especially if you're serious about chess. If you're planning to play tournaments without doing puzzles, you cannot be good. Okay, so again it's white to play and checkmate. Checkmate could be in any number of moves, but checkmate will be there. So you have to calculate and decide. Okay, anybody decided? Two people have decided. Let's start with Ari.
Knight to f6.
Okay, and Rayansh?
Sir, the pawn takes the queen.
Yeah, so you can always start with an illegal move. That's a very auspicious way to Start the position. Make an illegal move. The pawn is pinned. We haven't even seen that till now.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that there's a free queen also. Excellent. Beautiful. There's a checkmate. And you're
Sir.
taking the queen illegally.
Sir,
No, you. No, one second.
F6.
We has this decided? No. So let's hear Aryan's idea. After knight f6, what do you say will happen?
King to f8.
Okay, then what will you do?
Queen to e8.
Okay, checkmate. Right? Is there anything wrong with this line?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, when he plays knight f6,
Ah.
sir, that knight can go to e7.
When the knight is giving a check, huh? When knight is giving a check, knight will block the check. It's a check from queen and knight, so that is not possible, Vihas. So knight f6 is a double check. A double check cannot be blocked. You will have to move the king. So is there anything wrong with Aryan's line? Is it checkmate? Nothing wrong. Then you're not looking properly enough. There is something wrong. He missed one part of the calculation.
Sir, I was doing the second calculation also.
Oh,
The
okay.
king moves to d8.
So if you're doing that, good. So did you find out what happens? So then we cannot play the move. That's the thing. Hello, Veer Vikram. So we cannot play the move cooking it half. You have to cook it fully and then serve it to the guests. You are like half cooking it and here, eat the food. So that is only one part. Knight f6, king d8. If you don't have a move, then there's no point of playing knight f6. So you have to again go back and see again. First search if king d8 there's a move. If you still don't see a move, then you have to go back and calculate from the beginning and see if knight f6 is correct or not. So white to play. Let's see who can calculate properly here. Aryan has done like half of the calculation, but the remaining half will decide if the first move is right or wrong. So well done for calculating that much, but that one part will decide things. We are doing checkmates, Veer Vikram. There is a checkmate here in 2 moves. That's what everybody has to find.
I found one of them.
That's not one of them. How is that one of them? You make a move, opponent will play king d8, then where is checkmate? If there is no checkmate, then that's not correct. That's not finding one of them. There's not like 3-4 checkmates here. There is one way to checkmate your opponent. That you have to find. Whatever opponent does, you have to give checkmate. If you cannot do that, then there's no mate. So Aryan understood the idea. That's good. But moves, not yet. Not yet done. Yes, Rayansh.
Sir, knight d6.
Knight d6. And what happens after that, Rayansh?
Same.
Wait, let Rayansh tell the story, no?
Sir, king f8.
Huh.
Then queen e8.
Okay, and if king d8? You also didn't cook the food. Let him finish. Did you cook your food? Fully? Then why did you serve it? Same, you're making the same mistake as him, no? Patience. We'll become patient. So we cannot play based on hope. Like I'll play this, he may play king f8 and I'll win. So let me play it. No. He will play king d8. You have to expect opponent to play king d8. After somebody did that and I mentioned it, you have to calculate. No? That is just silly, not calculating. Now Veer Vikram.
Knight to d6.
Okay, king f8.
King f8, then.
He forgot to cook the first part of food.
But
What
sir, I
I
know the other one.
Who cares about the other part? If you do not cook it fully, you cannot say that it's cooked.
Oh,
So
sir.
no. Chance is gone. Chance is gone. I'll give everybody 1 more minute to think. Calculate fully when you make a move. Don't play a move having calculated half. That's not the point. So only if you calculate fully, tell me the move. 1 minute to think, and then we will discuss.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah.
Can I take a picture?
Yeah, sure. I have the video also. You can watch it later. 30 more seconds to calculate.
Okay.
No need to raise hands now. 30 seconds and then I will ask. Okay, how many of you have calculated properly, thoroughly, and you're sure whatever happens, I'm going to checkmate? Let's start with Aryan. Veer Vikram, there is only to do like this.
Knight to d6.
Knight to d6. King f8.
Queen to e8.
Checkmate. You just say checkmate. So after knight d6, king d8.
Knight to f7.
Checkmate. Okay. You agree with that, both of you?
Yes.
Okay. Vihas was close
Yes.
in your calculation. Okay. So where did you reach in your calculation? Where had you reached? Were you sure knight d6 is the move? Okay. So knight to d6. When you do not think at all, like when you see it for the first time, it's very tempting to play knight f6 because you will see the checkmate, king f8, queen e8 mate. That's what he did. But we have to stop ourselves and calculate fully. Only then you will be able to find good moves. Otherwise, you will find half good moves, which are not enough. So knight d6, wherever he goes, there is checkmate, which is not the case with knight f6. So let's go to the next position. So there are very less pieces in this one. Kind of.
The queen.
Yeah, queens are there. If you're saying a4 queens being there, then you need to focus on endgames, Aryan. Alright. So this is white to play. Black has just played queen to g3. And it is your turn. White to play. You have 2 minutes to think. So again, calculate fully. Don't calculate half and then raise your hand. Full calculation is required. You get only one chance. So use it well. Not yet. If you calculate it in 30 seconds, then maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong.
Sir, I have.
Then this is a time to think. No need to raise hands. If you have calculated, calculate again. Double check your moves. Others are thinking, na? So no need to raise hands. Both of you are not getting a chance. I mean, you cannot understand English, is it? When 2 minutes are up, I'll ask everybody, na? I told you not to raise hands, you're still raising hands. You're so excited that you cannot control your hands. Then how will you play chess? If you see a move, control yourself, na? And it's not like it's a competition. Pieces won't run anywhere. The move will still be there. You can use your time. And don't take away others' time. That's why I told you not to raise hand. And after a few seconds again you're raising hand. So I'll give first chance to Aryan and Rayansh. Okay, Aryan and Rayansh, have you found it? No? Okay, then let's ask who is the least excited here. Vihas
Sir, rook h8.
and Veer Vikram.
Look at C2.
Okay, so they both got excited because of that move. They are
Yes.
giving up their rook and they couldn't control their excitement.
Sir, I know.
Yeah, calmness. After king takes, what do you do?
Then queen to x7.
Yeah. So it's a very nice move, a brilliant move.
Yes.
if you don't see it, it's very difficult to like find it. You have to like be able to think beyond normal moves like queen h7. You have to calculate the checks and captures. So there are two checks in the position. One is queen h7, which is the first thing we'll consider, probably, and the second is rook h8, and that's how you decide the move. So after rook h8, king takes, queen h7 is picked. Okay, let's go to the next one.
It's 4.
So well done, Veer Vikram and Vihas, on finding it.
Sir, there white queen.
Aryan, patience. Patience is very important for chess players. And don't be too dependent on queen, queen, queen. What about white queen? You cannot play without queens, is it? Then you need to learn how to play without queens. If you're not good at something, you have to get better at it, no? You cannot be like, I'm not good at playing without queens and just sit there. If you are not good at something, do something to get better at it. Not be happy with what you have. So you have to be comfortable with all positions. So I don't want to hear this queen, queen, queen again. You focus on the position and try to calculate. That's all there is. The queens are not important in calculation. Okay, so this is white to play, and there's a checkmate in a number of moves. You have to calculate and decide where is a checkmate. So 2 minutes to think, and then we will discuss. Have you cooked your food fully? Sure. No need to raise hands now. Let everybody think.
This is little complicated, so take your time.
Yeah. How many of you already decided? 2 people. So I'll give some more time for everyone. Those who already decided, calculate again, double check your moves. That's what you should be doing. Okay, so let's start with how many of you decided? Now Rayanj is gone. You had raised hand before, no? Now what happened?
Sir, because I double checked my move when I saw that I made a mistake.
Uh-huh, okay. Aryan is still not worried. What is your move, Aryan?
Rook to c6,
Okay, continue. What happens?
king to d5,
Okay, continue.
bishop to c4.
Okay, Virvikram, good. You agree with that?
No, because king will just take the bishop.
King will take the bishop. Okay, what is your move then? What was your idea?
Oh, sir.
But what was your calculation?
My calculation was rook to c6.
King d5, only move.
After that, I didn't have enough time to.
Then why did you raise your hand? See, not finding is fine, but not finding and still raising hand is a problem. That means mind is not working properly. If you do not see the checkmate, keep looking. This is not a competition. In games also, if you don't see it, keep looking. Who's asking you to play the move in like 2 minutes? Take 5 minutes. So if you don't see something, don't raise your hand. Only after seeing the mate, you should make the first move. So rook c6, Aryan is right. Good calculation, Aryan. King moves, and then you bring the bishop, and the bishops and the rook are covering everything, and it is checkmate. Let's go to the next position.
Last position.
Next one is the last one.
Yeah.
This one is second last.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is the position. You got a queen, rook, and knight. You're down by a bishop and white is down by a bishop and
Bishop and
nothing, just a bishop. Bishop for a pawn. White is a pawn for black's bishop. That's the difference in material. So white is down a piece, but black's king is exposed. So how are we going to win this? Checkmate in a few moves. You have 2 minutes to calculate. Black has just played rook to b8. There's no need to raise hands, Aryan. Let everyone think. Then I'll ask. Okay, how many of you have decided? Vihas, what does he move?
Sir, queen c3.
Okay, and Aryan?
Queen c3.
Okay. So going back is one of the harder things to find when you calculate. You will probably think of this first or this first, but they're not going to win. This is once you say this, it's very simple. It's mate. Bishop has to block and then queen takes his game over. It's a very simple thing, but you have to just look everywhere, not just forward. Then you'll find the answer. So well done, Vihas and Aryan. Now last question, the hardest question today. So let's see if you are able to crack it.
Crack the code. Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is white to play. Black has just played king to a6 and it's white to move. You have 2 minutes to think. There's no need to raise hands. How many times I tell you the same thing?
I'm just
You need to stop being excited. If you see some, you're stretching, huh?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
I'm going for gymnastics.
Okay. You need to be quiet now. Let others think. Okay, anybody decided? 2 people. Third person is half. No. Okay. Veer Vikram, calmness. If you're not calm, I'm not going to ask you any question. So Veer Vikram, what is your move?
Knight to c5.
Okay, and Vihas, what's your move?
Same.
Okay, so both of you, Rayansh, you had a decision? No. Half decision? No. Okay, so Veer Vikram and Vihas, after knight c5, what do you expect? What happens next?
Then pawn takes knight.
Then we have
Then-
what?
Then pawn or bishop takes. Then
Huh.
we'll play bishop to
C8.
Excellent. Both of you well done. The idea is knight move just to clear the path for the bishop.
And also the king
King can't escape. Yeah, because the knight is here. So the knight could not go anywhere else. It has to move here so that the king can't escape. So this is what we call a mating net. The black king is stuck inside a net, a mating net, where he gets checkmated. So he has no options because next move is this. There's no stopping it. So the best option would be just to take it. But then anyway mate happens. Whether bishop takes or pawn takes, same thing. Bishop f c8 is mate.
Yeah, rook is blocking
Yeah.
on the